Dear Sandman, I know today's the busiest day of the year for you, but I'll just go ahead and make it a bit busier. For Christmas, I want nothing more than something funny and silly that will probably bring joy to none other than me. Thanks as always, and see you on the flip side. Toodles!
Hello there. I'm someone that can't affect your life in any way, shape, or form, but for now, just call me Pseudo. And it's that time of the year, the time where every parent looks at their wallets in pain for the purse that's about to ensue. It's Christmas, baby! I officially consider myself an average professional Christmas enthusiast, because why waste the opportunity to waste some money? It's just such a jolly time of the year where you can essentially wish for anything and it'll probably come true. Except for getting out of debt. I heard that one was a bitch. And just how is it that I celebrate this jolly old time? I did say not to waste the opportunity to waste any money. If I'm ever in my blues, how about a Galaxy 1 or 2? Maybe finishing on Okami. There's also Kingdom Hearts, very simple and clean experience. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, in case time management is out of the table. Rayman Origins is the best 2D platformer there is, and I never see people talking about it. Slime Rancher is peak open world game design, and people really need to acknowledge it. And of course, the fabled classic, Pokemon. Now, I could try out Pokemon Omega Ruby, Pokemon Ultra Moon, Pokemon X, maybe a Pokemon Black and White 2, maybe a...
Pokemon is one of the most iconic franchises in gaming history, with a very noble concept of not only mastering a set of small adorable creatures, but capturing them as well. There's no other franchise quite like Pokemon. They don't have Klefki. Pokemon is a franchise that you can get immediately. It's simple enough so that anyone can pick it up, but hard enough so that professional players can waste valuable hours breeding the same data 1,000 times instead of spending time with their families. The franchise has had quite the interesting evolution, in the sense that it's about a sale of white bread. Most of the games are essentially the same. You could get the same experience from playing Gold as you could playing X. If the core gameplay of Pokemon doesn't grab you, then I'm sorry, chances are no Pokemon game will be for you, as they all play, act, and look essentially the same as the last. Pokemon Red and Blue are the most basic games by far in the series, as they were the founding stones for the series' existence. They are also potentially not that good. Still better than Sword and Shield. The game was glitchy because of the Game Boy screen, everything blended with each other, and that was no fun. The region personally felt kind of samey and boring. A lot of the sprite art is bizarre, half of the moves don't even work, and most of the characters and the story in general are quite forgettable. However, I can still see people enjoying the game. There is still a lot of value in playing the original Red and Blue. I just can't, personally. Gold and Silver were the follow-ups and improved on a lot of the faults of the original game. For one, I actually like looking at the game because it has color. A lot of the Pokemon sprite and designs were improved, new types were added, there was a lot more content, and a semi-mediocre attempt at a story, which is honestly only remembered because of the rival of the game. But hey, at least the rival was good. Improved animations and HUD, all of Kanto to explore alongside Johto. This game was a big deal, and it was also pretty good.
Pokemon Gold and Silver were supposed to be the last games in the Pokemon series, one highest media grossing franchise later, and I'm starting to suspect that may have been a lie. Pokemon was critically acclaimed in its first two games. They had so much content, and it was very surprising that it all managed to fit in a small Game Boy cartridge. And most people were thinking, what could happen next? They f*** it up!
Ruby and Sapphire were weird. They were like other Pokemon games, but, well, waters everywhere. I'm sure that for some people this may have been a step back from previous entries, but honestly there was a lot that was added here. Double battles, environmental effects. A lot of modern Pokemon is cemented in this game, that's something you gotta respect, especially with that sick Battle Frontier. Also, I would like to mention the fact that this game has undeniably top 3 best region design in my opinion. Yes, I know that I said that the game had a lot of water, but shut up. The DS is once again showing what is big fiction right here with the Gen 4 games, Platinum especially, adding most modern online elements of the series, the returning Battle Frontier, lots of legendaries to catch, special events, sick Pokemon designs. I don't think the region had as many standout moments as Gen 3, and I despise how slow the games are. Like, come on man, I gotta get a move on! But apart from that, it's still a really good gen. Not as good as Gen 5, baby! Black and White for the longest time have been the beginning of the mixed gen reception. Some people hated the game at launch and for the longest time just thought of it as an okay or even a bad gen. But as people actually started getting brains, they realized that, oh damn, this region is the bomb! And the story is actually quite interesting. The villains do make a couple of points. It's just a bit of a shame that this direction wasn't followed in the sequel. But the sequel is still possibly the best Pokemon game out there is. Black and White 2 are my favorite Pokemon games, no questions asked. It's so good. We have the fast-paced combat from the first games, good music and graphics, distinct locales, good characters, a good difficulty, a lot of post-game content, and a kick-ass Pokemon pool to choose from, and oh man, the music is fantastic.
Every title after the 5th gen of Pokemon will be very mixed when it comes to reception. The 6th gen immediately followed afterwards, in case you couldn't tell. 5 plus 1 is in fact 6, and it is still a personal favorite of mine. The region just added a lot of stuff and had a lot of cool features that didn't come back or were improved upon from previous entries. The entry Pokemon X and Y went underappreciated for the longest time, and the reason of why people are starting to like it now is because of the Antichrist. Now, ain't that right, Sun and Shield? Also, I would like to mention that Pokemon X and Y undeniably have top 2 second best design in the entire series.
7th gen was weird, man. Like Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon were both fantastic games, but I feel like I like them both for different reasons. Design-wise, and when I mean design-wise, I mean like locale-wise, you know, I feel like this is possibly my favorite region in the entire series. It has such unique landscapes, like one moment you're in a city, next time you're in a forest, valley, volcano, glaciers. They may seem quite generic, but for Pokemon, you know, you never really see that many of them combined at once, and they don't really feel like, you know, like in this game they feel good, they feel cohesive, it feels good, it feels fun, feels like a world. The Pokemon pool is also really good, and it introduced a lot of good concepts regarding the Pokemons and battling itself. Regional forms were introduced in this region, C moves, the battle tree in which you can battle legacy trainers like, you know, Red and Blue. There was a lot of content and I enjoyed the hell out of these games, even if I didn't play them as long as I did Pokemon X and Pokemon Omega Ruby. But they just had to screw it up with Sword and Shield. This game is a poopy castle.
God, everything about this game was dumb and stupid and dumb and stupid.
Enough!
Who said that? What the hell are you?
It is I, Cursed Sword!
What do you want with me? I've done nothing wrong!
You've committed the biggest crime of all!
I didn't commit a war crime.
You've trashed on Sword and Shield for far too long!
I can't help that your game is bad. I'm sorry.
For your insolence, I shall punish you with the greatest punishment to ever punish!
Playing Pokemon Sword and Shield for an entire day?
Even worse, playing a Pokemon Nuzlocke!
Okay, listen here. It's been absolutely dreadful talking to you, but sadly, I don't care. Toodles! You know, I kinda expected this to happen, but for the sake of drama, I'm gonna scream anyways. What the fuck?
Most of the complexity in Pokemon has always resided in the competitive side, grinding for the right EVs and abilities and whatnot, and for some people that can be a legitimately good experience. I do not associate with those people. The competitive side, being where most of the difficulty comes in Pokemon, leaves the base games as kind of simple and not with a lot of challenge or depth, apart from death by getting stomped. So how do we hypothetically solve that?
Masochism!
The Pokemon Nuzlocke challenge is a fan-made challenge that drastically changes how one even thinks of a Pokemon. The rules are simple. You can catch only the first Pokemon en route, you have to nickname every monster you catch, and if the Pokemon faints, then you better get those coffins ready because they aren't coming back, that's for sure.
Okay, so I can pick any Pokemon game.
Yes.
Okay then, in that case, I choose 2016's Pokemon Uranium.
What?
You did say any Pokemon game.
That isn't a Pokemon game, that's a crime!
A crime with a heart of gold.
Murdering with a heart of gold is still murder.
This game was better than yours, and you don't want to admit it.
Probably because it never existed, there's nothing to admit.
Okay, here's the deal. We're gonna play rock, paper, scissors, And if I win, I get to play Pokemon Uranium. If you win, you can choose any Pokemon game you want. Okay? Rock, paper, scissors, I won.
What?
Well, you know, a sword is technically a scissors, and scissors gets beaten by rock. So, I won.
Fine, play the damn game.
Oh, and also, you're sticking with me.
What?
Because the door is locked, you absolute smartass.
Damn, you're right.
Of course, with the big mass following that Pokemon has had over the decades, a lot of people wanted to show their love for the Pokemon. Whether through comics, shorts, YouTube videos, or furries, there's always a way to show appreciation over a franchise like this one. The section of appreciation that gets the most cold eyes from the Pokemon Company, though, are fan games. You see, in 2016 there was this fan game called Pokemon Uranium. It was a totally original fan game with a whole new region, with new Pokemon, new Mega Evolutions, and a whole new type of Pokemon. However, since behind the scenes the newest game of Pokemon, Sun and Moon, were still being developed, they feared that this fan game was probably going to affect the sales of the game. Probably, I'm not the Pokemon Company, only they understand themselves. So, they told the game to cease to exist, which, plot twist, is the internet. Nothing lives the internet.
And here we are today. So, have I mentioned that I've never played the game
You
before?
what?
Okay, so we start the game, I get the fire starter, and I name him Shino. I beat my rival, who's a kid way younger than 10, I believe. He cries. I laugh. We get the typical catching tutorial. I go in the grass, big white man is born. I try catching some Pokemon along the way, tragedy strikes. Moving on. We get out of the forest and then proceed to look for our next victim. I find this bird and name him Burley. Hopefully he doesn't die by ice. I level up my Pokemon and prepare for the next gym, which is a normal type gym. If you have ever played the first gym of Black and White 2, you can understand why I'm afraid of normal animals. Okay, so here's the deal. The gym was going pretty good, no deaths, just yet, and then this cat showed up and murdered my whole team. Okay, so before hitting the gym leader, I level up my Pokemon a bit so there are high chances of survival. I think it's probably the best idea. Okay, so I hit the gym and this cat hits like a semi-truck and murders everything but my starter, which miraculously managed to survive.
Hey, at least the bird didn't die by ice.
On the way to the second gym, I was thinking, wow, this is already going horribly. At the state I was in, all it took was one water Pokemon to end this run and...
Hey, so what happens if I lose a run?
Oh, silly, you can't lose a run.
Okay, I feel like I'm being held accountable.
I got this bug. Thought it was cute.
Okay, a bug. A bug is similar to a glitch is similar to a mistake. A mistake is GTA Definitive Edition, oh my god!
I get to the city of the second gym, enter for a second, and... it's a rock, ground, and poison gym. So it's fair to say that I was panicking to the heavens. I was unprepared and I didn't have a way of battling this gym since my starter had the same luck as Charmander in Gen 1. I was struggling to come up with a strategy until I decided that I was going to the next route, to the next city. And then I caught him. I caught the beast. This guy is a godsend and gives me the confidence that this run isn't so dead after all. I level him, he evolves, GTA Definitive Edition dies, but I don't care, he would have been useless anyways. And then I go fight the second gym, which was easy as hell. It was simple as 1, 2C, AB3. On my way to the third gym, I decided that making acquaintances or sacrifices was a wise idea, and went on the hunt for another back to stab. I entered this gate with a wonderful rival Theo, and when I was trying to capture this drug, the bastard just shut down all of my hopes and dreams, leaving me with the only phrase I could combo at the moment. I hate you. Thankfully, somewhere along the way I caught Hiddleston, but I think that footage was lost.
Hey, don't look at me.
I also caught a Muddyp. Finally, a familiar face. I named it Spike because before recording I was watching an episode of Cowboy Bebop. They died.
Is anyone really surprised?
I evolve Hiddleston, that's nice. I also evolve I Hate You, and yes, I still quite in fact dislike him. Tragedy happens again. I laugh. Moving on. After doing a bunch of... I catch a Magikarp, which can become Gyarados, and I feel like that's the best move at the moment. Everything else felt kinda scary. So I get to the city, I realize it's a water gym, I start reliving the memories of Vietnam, I waste money at a casino to buy Alvin the Chipmunk, Nuclear Fallout.
What?
We meet our father and he tells us to go check out your mother's grave. We arrive at the plant and... what the hell is that?
His name is Sherman.
I grab my Pokemon to a point in which I'll argue that most of them are ready to beat the gym. I blast through all of the nuclear Pokemon, then the nuclear radiation blasts me. I go and beat the third gym, then... uh-oh!
Don't you hate it when the nuclear plant you were at like an hour ago explodes?
Yeah, it happens to me every week.
I go on a boat, lose Gyarados and Alvin in the stupidest way. I catch a Cotone, beat the next gym. That town is gonna get exposed to more nuclear radiation than the man and Pokemon could handle. We bail. Theo at this moment is carrying character development. He starts feeling weak for not being able to beat the gym, us, or be able to help against the nuclear Pokemon. While he's doing that though, we have some issues to solve. For one, I got the sheep. Beep beep, he's a sheep. I said beep beep, he's a sheep. With reactive waste. I evolved Kotoni since I thought she ought to be useful, and since she just ends up dying as well.
You're in a pretty unstable position right now. Your team has been shut down by around half, and like half may not even listen to you.
Well, all I got to do is to trust Lady Luck and see what happens.
I both beat Beep and grind him for a bit. We finish dealing with radiation, then I go to the next gym, which was a fire gym. You know, I'll be a bit more glad if one of my 3 Pokemon wasn't a fire type, the other one couldn't do much against fire types, and the other one is straight up at death's door fighting Pokemons of any type. Wait, I didn't mention the weakness of nuclear Pokemon. Okay, so, just as a TLDR, nuclear Pokemon are the following. They beat everything, and they get beat by everything. I level up my team to the best of my ability, and go straight to a gym. That was a lie. The gym leader is going to get eaten by a bug, then I'm going to save him, and then I'll head over to a gym. It was at this point in the game where I started analyzing the wikis and see how I would deal with teams and gym leaders in general. I saw him, I said F it, spam nuclear slash a couple of times, then I lost and I died, then I lost and I lost and I died.
Hey, I lost multiple times.
What are you talking about?
No, like this thing, they've beaten me multiple times. Like I've lost like 5 times alone on this gym. It feels like time is being reset. It's like someone is pulling the strings. But there's only 2 of us here. And I'm not doing it. So that means that it was you!
So, you figure it out. I am the one controlling the time flow. However, unless you guess what my ability is, you won't be able to counter my expertise.
Oh yeah?
Now, how about you continue the run?
What the?
Okay, so after I finally beat the fire gym, Beep gets ripped. Thank God. Then we see Theo, and he wins.
Oh, come on!
I'm just playing an audio track on your DS.
Theo only gets more and more bitter every single time I beat him.
1, 2, 3.
Skill issue.
I feel kind of bad now, honestly.
Only kind of?
He gives me Surf. I realize I have no way of using it since there's no PC and none of my Pokemon can learn it. I cry, then make my way back to the city.
You know, I feel like I could have prevented this.
Okay, so we make it out. I get off the game for a second. Remember the mystery gift exists. I grab a Pokemon that just so happens to be there. I grab another Pokemon from my PC, fight these ninjas, and beat them with the fire starter while they were using the water Pokemon I just found it funny. I catch not a weeb because if it has a brain, then it can't like anime.
I didn't say anything about liking my bread.
I go to the next route and actually found an Eevee. That would be cool. He died. But hey, then this old lady next town gave us hers, so everything is good with the world. I level him up, and he gets radioactive poisoning. What a cool design! I also traded the mystery gift Pokemon for this other one that it had a cool design. I liked it a lot. And after like 2 hours of grinding, I beat the 6th gym, but my computer was mad absolute bastard and crashed. So all of that footage was lost. All you need to know is that I beat a gym and Hiddleston died. No. I also got this Garlic kid that helped me escape from this rogue scientist that I don't know what the deal with him was, but they were in the mountains because why not? I caught this Pokemon, I called it Susie, then they went to this town and
I don't think we have to be the kid again.
Thankfully, no, we don't have to be him at all, thank God. He's much more chill than last time and he looks older. I don't I don't know how that one happened. And he was waiting because in order to beat this next gym, we're gonna need a partner. Which, conveniently, we're here, so why wouldn't we? And we make our way through the trials and beat that along the way. I'll definitely miss you, Solar. We go to a gym leader and he says that if we beat him, he'll give us Mega Stones.
Time to try hard.
We get our Mega Stones, we give it to our starters, and now Theo and I are going to fight. And this battle truly shows us how he has grown ever since the beginning of the game. I'm honestly kind of proud of him. He's one of the best designed rivals in the entire history of Pokemon. Oh god. We make our way back to beat SC City, and I grind a bit to get some Pokemon up to speed, and I make my way to the next and final gym.
I did it.
Nuclear Follow happens, we go there, Theo's there, the whole crew is there, and more! I catch a shiny, I name him Lucky Boy.
Won't be so lucky in the championship.
We effortlessly make our way through multiple nuclear Pokemon, and at the very end the main villain of the game appears, Curie. And they also got this legendary Pokemon, which is going to be an absolute bastard later on. Theo's dad, which was supposedly dead, don't ask me, I completely forgot that was a plot point until they brought it up again. Everyone gets their asses handed to them until we decide that it's the best if I go handle Curie with Theo helping me out. We grab a boat, they give me a suit, we find Pokemon that makes nuclear Pokemon not absolute bastards, and then we get ambushed. We make our way through a nuclear plant, we fight a couple of nuclear Pokemon along the way, and then we find Curie, which is blathering about making everyone suffer as much as they did, and Theo is in a crystal, I think. We start a Pokemon battle, and holy sh... I am in extreme trouble. Okay, so her entire team was, get this, exclusively made of nuclear Pokemon. And not only that, they were some strong Pokemon as well. I managed to beat every single one of them until we get to a legendary of the game, Urain, and that was a very tough Pokemon. It actually killed some Pokemon from my party. We managed to beat her, prevent the nuclear fallout. Now we're going to Victory Road, I guess.
Hey, is it time for the evil plot
No.
yet? Oh, okay.
I bring with me this other Pokemon that I had. I called it Zeus, leveled him up, and make my way to a league, and everyone's level 70 while one Pokemon were level 60. Oh no. I lost Lucky Boy in one of the first battles. I think it was the first battle actually. Then I lost Garlic Kid in the matches following, and I lost Zeus before the final battle with Theo. I'm kinda worried, to be honest. However, I'm also kind of excited, and I am really excited to fight Theo one last time for the title of champion, and we are just about to get onto that until plot twist.
Alright. Now it's time for a new scheme.
No!
It is now time for my super evil scheme!
You monster, how could you do this?
Quite simple. My plan all this time was to make sure that every single kid, adult, dog, and living organism got a copy of Pokemon Sword and Shield for Christmas and nothing more. Now I couldn't have achieved it without your help, playing through the game in its entirety until the final boss. Thanks to that, I now have the power necessary to purge the world! Although, if you manage to beat the game, then I will be severely weakened. Anyways,
God, that is a fate worse than death. Okay, I gotta think. Okay, so his ability must lie in the fact that he is able to give billions of people copies of the same game at the same time. Copies. I got it! Well, too bad for you. I already know the secret to your ability. And now, it's time for you to perish! On guard!
This legendary Pokemon appears. We beat it, he joins us. Final boss battle. Gamma Urain is possibly one of the hardest bosses in any Pokemon game, fan-made or official. All of his moves are insanely powerful, and he hits like a damn truck. If he hits any of my Pokemon, then they are dead toodles. He immediately defeats the legendary on our team. We sent out Arshino. The Pokemon has been with us throughout the entire journey. Through thick and thin. It is now time that I lose. I lost.
Rock! Oh, that stung like a bit.
You can't even stop me! I'm too powerful, you couldn't even beat the game!
My knee, I think it's broken. Oh, those are some ribs. Those ribs are also gone. Joke's on you. I still know the secret to your ability.
Oh, then tell us, what is my ability?
Your ability is duplication.
Fuck.
Your ability involves you making copies out of anything and everything all the time. Going from a simple human, a toy, a ball, or even certain points in a timeline. At first, I thought that your ability was a simple time loop. However, that stopped making any sense after you managed to duplicate myself. However, that's only but when the pieces of the puzzle started coming together, and when I realized that your ability was nothing more than a simple copy and paste. Furthermore, I figured out your weakness the moment that C2 disappeared. And right now, I am going to prove it! Nerf gun attack!
Damn it, I panicked!
So it's true. You can only duplicate one thing at a time.
No!
Now, on guard! As it is time for the finale!
No!
We beat a Curie, which was actually our long lost mom. We go to a Hall of Fame, and here we have the all-star lineup. And with them, I would like to add the honorary mentions of Hiddleston and That Beast, and Not a Weeb. And with that final note, the game's over. We won.
Overall, that Nuzlocke was pretty fun. And well, it did kind of get screwed over by the circumstances. Maybe next time I can give it another fair chance. Maybe in like 3 years or something, I don't know. But for now, I think I'm good on Nuzlocke. Pokemon Uranium was a very solid experience. And I'll recommend every Pokemon fan to play it. It's pretty good. And hey, will you look at that? It's the 25th, so let's see what I got. Why?